10, so we should be running now. So hello out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to the Color Animal Inn. I'm your host, Fnord, and I believe this is episode 26, 26.1 of the Color Animal Inn. Kind of a small turnout tonight. We've only got 4 players with us, but that's all right. 3 of these players you may know from previous adventures, and one of them is brand new. So should be some interesting stuff going on tonight. Let's see. Today is March 7, 2016. Making some notes here. 26.1. All right. So for those of you who are not familiar, the Color Animal Inn is just a little game I set up to give people a chance to join up on Saturdays and get their D&D fix, although technically we're playing Pathfinder. And in story, the story goes that there's a little town in the middle of nowhere called Ohi. And in this town, about a month ago, they had a series of earthquakes that have pretty much been, recurring thing lately. And these earthquakes have opened up some underground passages, some caverns and tunnels and stuff, and kind of stirred up the local wildlife even. And Barth, the bartender here, has decided that this would be a great way for him to make some money. So he opened up his Color Animal Inn as a place for adventurers to gather together, meet up, form groups, and go and explore these new tunnels and caverns and dungeons and stuff that have been popping up. So he sent out, flyers and rumors and such, and people from all over the world have been showing up for the last 25 days. This is now the 26th consecutive day of the Color Animal Inn. And we have, looks like 4 adventurers who have come to the Color Animal Inn tonight. And I'd like to go through the list and talk to each of you and kind of get you to introduce yourselves and your characters, and then we'll get into the game. So first on my list, we have a returning player with us, Mike A. Mike, welcome back to the Color Animal Inn. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Great. What would you like to tell us about yourself and/or your character?
Well, this is my 4th game now, if you believe, and I'm playing my fighter Trodai tonight. Trodai's a half-orc that's mainly been living on the outsides of society, being shunned by racism, and he's mostly made his living as a hunter and freelancer doing various mercenary work.
Cool. Well, he has found himself a new home here in the Color Animal Inn. There is little to no racism against orcs or pretty much any other race. There have been some real weirdos showing up here, and Trodai has found that he fits right in. Nobody pretty much even gives him a second look.
Mm-hmm.
Next on my list, we have everybody's favorite returning player, Qwerty. Qwerty Apocalypse tonight, who is playing a new character, actually one he's played before. Qwerty, welcome back to the Color Animal Inn. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. You?
Pretty good.
I hope everyone out on YouTube is doing well too.
As do I.
I'm still fairly new to D20 games. This is my 8th Color Animal Inn game, and I've had a blast every time.
Good. We too.
Vale is, and for my character Vale, he is a tiefling. Not exactly what he looks like, but best we can do for now.
Yeah, the tokens are just sort of there.
Yeah.
That's actually a female token. But, oh well.
But he's a tiefling who was ousted and outcasted because the demonic traits in him manifested, and he ended up looking almost more like a dragon than like a demon or anything else. So he was treated horribly, abused, smacked around. So he self-taught himself how to fight, got out of there, just joined a mercenary group, and first mission out, he was in a horrible accident. Nearly died. Came out completely changed. Maybe we'll find out what that change was. Maybe we won't. Here on Color Animal Inn.
Excellent. Next on my list, we have a new player joining us for his first game. We have a guy calling himself Felix. So, Felix, welcome to the Color Animal Inn. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good.
Well, basically, I'm not that used to Roll20. Only my third game on Roll20. So, yeah.
Cool.
I
Well,
will take.
I run my game a little differently. I do have some macros and stuff set up. We'll teach you how to go through those and how to work it as we go. Should be real easy for you.
Great. I will be performing as Felix Icefinger. Well, he is an dwarf, some would say. Others would call that heresy. He's a sorcerer. Unfortunately, of the Silver Draconic bloodline, which have left him with only black eyes, and rest of him is silver, basically. Hair and beard is silver in color.
Interesting. And a dwarven sorcerer is a rather interesting choice of a character.
Yeah, he has been shunned by his mountainous home, so he has been living on top of the mountain instead of inside it. So his beard is scruffy, to say the least.
Gotcha. Sounds like a fun character. Can't wait to see him in action. And then, last but not least, on my list, we have a returning player, Azure, who's joined us again. Azure, welcome back. How you doing?
Hey, Fnord. Hey, YouTube. I'm Az. I'm late 20-something. I lost count. I'm from Serbia. It's midnight here, and I'm a bit sleepy already. And I've played on the Color Animal Food show. I mean, in totally 3 times before. I'll be playing Tlanish tonight, aka the fella with the unpronounceable name, aka the lizard guy, aka Godzilla. He's a lizardman barbarian, not super extraordinaire, and he's in town looking for a good time. And by a good time, I mean killing a lot of things to prove his strength to his tribe and bring them glory.
And we do have a couple other people signed up who haven't shown up tonight. Ended up not being a lot of demand, so there's only 4 players tonight. That's all right. We're gonna run with it. Should be fine. Should be fun.
Shame on them.
Yep.
Shame. Sean, the non-believer.
Well, they don't exist.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a real quick just intro here, some instructions so Felix can get used to how we run things here. Felix, the first thing we need to do is make sure that you know how to just manually roll some dice. So to roll a d20, for example, you would type into the chat room /r space and then 1d20 or whatever. You could roll 3d17 if you wanted, and that'll come up with just a standard roll like that. And I'm going to ask for weird numbers from time to time. But the alternate method is to use Roll20's character sheets and macro abilities, and we have set you up with a bunch of those. So when you click on your token, you should notice that up at the top here, you get a bunch of little buttons. These are known as token actions. And the things that I thought when I set this up you would be using most often are up here. You will see that you have your claw for your claw attack, and then INIT for initiative, various other things in here. And to
Yeah.
use these, all you do is click on your tokens so they pop up, and then you click on the one you want. And right now, I would like you to test this system by making a stealth roll. Perfect. So, and everybody should go ahead and do this to make sure they're set up properly. You should get a whisper coming back from the system saying that you made the roll. Over here, I get a whisper saying that you made the roll, and I get the results. So you're not going to know how well you're hidden, for example. And yeah, they're going to be a little screwed up looking right now because transitions, the pages keep shifting. I need to go through and make some major changes, which I will do eventually. But basically, that's how that works. If you did not get a whisper when you made that stealth roll, it means something is not set up properly. Did everybody get a whisper?
Yeah, I did.
I did.
I did.
Cool. If everybody got a whisper, everything's good to go. The next thing I like to do is make sure that everybody's player tokens have the background aura color to make it easy to recognize them. And then this aura color matches your player color down here at the bottom. So we have 2 reds and 2 blues, but they're still fairly distinct. I think we can tell who is who. So
I could always just go for white.
I'd rather not do white because white's too much of a background color,
Okay.
and like some greens are pretty nasty. But as you are right now is just fine. They're the same color, but they're different shades, so should be fairly easy to tell who's who. And this is so I can tell at a glance, and so the people at home can tell who's talking just by matching the color to the token.
A nice, easy way to make the characters even more distinct is doubling up the auras if you don't have any AoEs.
Doubling up their what?
The auras.
Oh yeah, use aura one.
Makes
and
it brighter, basically.
Yep.
So it's a stronger color.
You can do that if you like. If you were to do that, you would just click on your token and then double click it. That'll bring up a little box here with some information, and you can just change the aura 1 and 2 if needed. Unfortunately, nobody really needs that right now.
Somehow, I don't think my token will be mistaken for any of the others.
No, not
Just a hunch.
Just a hunch. So the next part is going to be moving. To move, there are several different ways you can do it. The obvious, easiest way is to just reach over, click on your token, pick it up, and then drop it where you want to move it. Another way is to click on your token and use the arrow keys. This will let you move one step at a time. And then there's a new method. I'm going to zoom up here so we can see Barth. Barth will be my demonstrator for this. What you can do is, as if you were just regularly moving your token, you click and pick it up, and then before you drop it, hit the space bar, and this will give you a little arrow showing like how far you're moving. And then when you drop it, your token will move with the arrow. You can also use that to set up multiple waypoints if you want to like move multiple places. There you go. Yeah. So those are 3 different ways you can move your token. And then for actually making rolls and such, as we go through, a lot of things are set up as token actions, the ones you're going to be using most, or at least the ones I assumed you would be using most. Everything else is going to be going off of the sheet, the character sheet that you have set up that your token represents. And when you go into the sheet to make a roll, just make sure that you have your token selected. Otherwise, you will not be able to make that roll. So if you're making something weird like a knowledge arcana check, something you don't do every round, you go into your sheet for that. And I'll ask you as the situation comes up, and we'll figure everything out. It should not be too difficult. Yep, perfect. Knowledge Arcana check. And most of these rolls are going to come up visible, so the results are visible to everybody. Some things don't. Some things are going to say the GM will tell you. And so you're not going to know whether you rolled a 1 or a 20, or if the information you're getting is actually true or not. It's going to be based on the roll. I will lie to you if you roll a natural 1. If you roll a natural 20, I'll tell you the truth. But you're not gonna know. You're gonna always assume that you did roll a natural 20 on things like this, because you're not gonna know. You would assume that whatever you think is true is true. So that's why I do that. It kind of cuts down on the out of character thing. If your character just always thinks that, if, for example, if it's a stealth roll, your character's going to think he's hiding, even though maybe his tail is sticking out from underneath the curtain or something. He's not going to know that. So, yeah, I kind of lost track of where I was going with this, but I think I have covered pretty much everything.
Well, there's attacking.
Oh, yeah, attacks. So, Felix, I'd like you to move into the bar, and then I would like you to make an attack against Barth. He won't mind. You have some token actions set up. You can make like a claw attack against him. So to do that, you would click your token, and you click the token action. It'll ask for a target. You click on your target, and it'll send through a bunch of information that we can work with. Beautiful. So down here you see the attack came through. This first number is going to be whatever your total attack comes out as. And then the next number, crit. If your attack number and your crit number match, or if attack is higher, then you have a potential crit. Then it's going to roll damage, assuming that you did hit. So it'll go through and send any other information out there. And then I'm over here. I'm getting my own hidden card that only I can see, that gives me like Barth's armor class and all that information. And so I'm going to look at this. I'm going to look at your attack of 9. That is less than Barth's armor class. And so I'm going to tell you that you just simply missed.
Great.
Then if you were to get attacked and lose hit points, you're going to... I make everybody keep track of their own hit points. So what you do is you click on your token, and then the little dots will pop up. The green one is hit points. And if you were to take, for example, 3 hit points, you would click on the green circle. You would type -3 in the bar that pops up, and then you'd hit enter, and it'll do the math for you and keep track of your own health. In Pathfinder, at 0 hit points, you're staggered. At -1, you're unconscious and bleeding out, and you die when you get a total negative equal to your Constitution score. So it's kind of hard to die, but it is possible.
How many characters have you killed so far, Nord?
Permanently killed 2.
In total, how many have you brutally murdered with your monsters?
4 or 5. I think it's 4. I know Cerveza has died. Here's the skull of the Minotaur that killed him. But the players rallied around him and actually brought him back to life. They did a whole ceremony and everything. And then Cordy had a character who died. Ajax had a character who died. And one other guy who's Zri has a character who is dead. Or presumed dead. Yeah. So
They use no mistake.
I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking over each other. But yeah, character death is possible.
I was just curious as a segue from, it's really hard to die in Pathfinder, but I'll find a way.
Yes, indeed.
I wonder if there's blood all over the walls where my copy of the druid died.
Yeah, probably. He was like being picked up and flung around in that room. So yeah, there's probably still blood in there. So tonight's game, we are playing at lower levels. Everybody has chosen a level 2 character because that's the highest level that Mike was able to play. And Felix, being his first game, is only able to play level 1. So we're all level 1 and level 2 characters. And as is tradition, the Color Animal Inn has opened its doors to new adventurers, namely you, who are now piling into the inn, or rather the bar. I guess it's a tavern. I don't even know. It's a bar that thinks it's a tavern and calls itself an inn. And Barth here is standing behind the bar, waiting to welcome the new adventurers and see what kind of hijinks y'all are going to get up to. So I'm going to throw the game open. Y'all pretty much talk amongst each other, talk to the NPCs if you need to, and figure out what you would like to do tonight. I'll be here answering questions if needed. So up to y'all. What would you like to do?
Well, Trodi is going to order a drink.
All right. Barth comes over to Trodi and he's like, looks you over and says, "Ah, Trodi, welcome back to the Color Animal Inn. What can we do for you tonight?"
I'll have a glass of whiskey tonight, please.
"One whiskey coming up, sir." Reaches behind the bar, pours you a nice glass of fairly good whiskey. Says it's going to be 1 gold piece, please.
I hand him over a gold piece, thank him, and just sit down and drink in peace.
All right.
Felix would like both for something to eat and something for to drink, now that he has finally come down from the mountains.
Cool. So Barth is going to come over here and he looks at you and he says, "Ah, hello, a new one. I don't believe I've seen you before. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. I'm Barth."
My name is Felix.
"Felix, a pleasure to meet you. Are you here for the adventuring?"
You could say that.
"Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Let me pour you a glass of alcohol on the house. Here in the Color Animal Inn, new adventurers always get their first drink for free."
So you would also serve something to eat tonight, I hope.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, the meal isn't free, but I'll give you the free drink. And in Color Animal Inn tradition, I have a random meal generator, which I'm pulling up now. And Barth explains to you that tonight's menu includes we have a smaller lunch meal, which includes a pork chop with some soft cheese, yams, and wild rice. And we're looking for 1 gold piece for this meal. If you're looking for something a little more filling, we have a supper menu of a lamb chop with lentils, taro, corn pone, and raisin pie, which is also going for 1 gold piece.
At the name of a lamb chop, Felix's eyes sort of narrows down. The amount of sheep he has either seen or heard of is very little. When you live on the outskirts of the outskirts,
Yes, yes.
this lamb chop sounds intriguing.
Yes. Well, shall I put you in for an order? Sir.
That will do, yes. Thank you.
Wonderful. So he does that, and let's see. This waitress here comes over, takes his order, and disappears back into the kitchen. Back this way. A couple minutes later, she comes back out and slaps you down a plate of food. There you go. 1 lamb chop with lentils, taro, corn pone, and raisin pie. And that's 1 gold piece. And then whatever you would like to drink is on the house. Oh, I just hit the wrong button. Hang on just a second.
Drinks on the house as
Bye,
long as it's not
Nord.
dwarven ale.
Sorry, I'm reloading my Roll20 here. I hit the wrong button.
Welcome
That
back,
time
Sean.
when the GM kicks himself from the
Yeah. I have just had enough of my shit. Time kicking me out.
Looks like it's up to the players to play the game. Would we be then duking it out in the color animal inn? Just destroying the place?
He comes back 10 seconds later and everything is on fire.
Even the fire is on fire.
Yeah.
Stuff
All right.
really could be on fire because there are fiery stuff around.
There is. And,
There's candles on the table.
yeah, torches on the walls. The color animal inn itself actually did burn down a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
It was completely rebuilt, so yeah.
all in one night.
Yep.
Don't question it, it's magic.
Yep. Yep.
No, just
Okay,
all
then
the
I will.
adventurers banded together.
Felix sort of grasped the meal with his claws.
They do have silverware here too.
What?
They do have silverware, knives and forks and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure he has ever seen a fork.
Cool. So, yeah, mark down that you spent 1 gold piece and you got yourself a meal, and Barth is going to wish you a good night and leave you to it.
Felix is like, why did they have these tiny beard combs all over the tables?
That's the problem. When you are born silver in color and with black eyes, you don't even get to realize what a beard comber is.
Planish is going to leave Barth another furrow in the doorframe.
From his horns scraping the roof.
Yep.
Yep.
And just sort of trundle towards the bar, picking straw out of his quote-unquote clothing. Because he probably slept in the barn. And that's probably why all the cows are out of the barn.
Nice. It looks like Yellenvale has beat you to the bar.
Yep.
So Barth's going to come over and go, Yellenvale, hello, welcome back. How are you doing tonight?
Nah. Got any info on anything to kill around here?
Oh, there's stuff popping up all over the place.
Anything in particular?
I heard rumor that somebody saw a dragon.
Where?
Planish starts laughing his ass off.
I'm not sure exactly where. They said it was out in the woods.
At the sound of dragon, the fork
It's
is
very
gonna
hissy,
fly out
growling.
from Felix. He was sitting and studying it, but at the sound of the word dragon, it just went.
And Barth looks over and just shrugs and says, "Hey, just a rumor, folks. I don't know. All I'm saying is what I've heard."
Anything else?
No, not really. The Adventurers Guild, or the Explorers Guild, is still offering a bounty of 50 gold pieces for any new unexplored caverns that you might find. That's been really popular lately.
At this point, Trodai pixels is a zap per party or per cavern?
Is what?
Is that individual or per party?
It is going to be individual. I made it per party earlier, but I realized that's not going to work. So 50 gold pieces per individual when a party finds a new cavern. And I just realized I don't have my headphones on. So.
Yolenville simply just squints his eyes and sighs because he wants to just kill things so badly. And he passes 5 gold pieces to Barth just as pay for the info.
Sorry, I'm looking at my YouTube in here. My stream is having issues. I'm having computer problems big time today. The stream seems to have stopped.
The streams went down?
Yeah, it dropped to 0 frames for a minute there. Hang on, I'm gonna.
Nord's life is misery.
Yeah. I don't understand why it keeps doing this. It just started doing this a couple weeks ago. It used to work really fine. But it's back up now. I don't know how much time we lost there. Yeah, I'm reading 31:20. So I'll check that. I'm making myself a note. I want to check this. 31:20. Alrighty. So sorry about that. So Yolenvale gave Barth some money for what?
Just for giving him some info.
Oh, okay.
It's just a hat of his.
Cool.
Then he just sits there quietly and is thinking to himself.
Were you gonna order a drink or a meal or anything?
Nah, he just wants information. Can never quench his bloodlust.
Gotcha. So Bart says, now you just, best I can suggest is either go to one of the established dungeons that's been found or go out and find one of your own.
I guess I could try finding my own.
And he's going to come down here and notice Slanish has shown up. And Slanix, it is Tilanex's turn. What would you like to do?
He sort of looks at Barth and goes, "Saw a stone chicken. Funniest thing.
Stone?
Not seen hatchlings that blind." And he just sort of starts laughing to himself. Killed the stone chicken. No dragon. I'm more dragon than stone chicken. I think he sort of pauses and starts fishing around his various rags and little pouches that hang off his belt, and eventually fishes out 2.5 gold and deposits them on the bar and goes, "Good enough for meat?"
Yes, indeed. We have both pork and lamb available tonight.
He just shakes his head. Any meat.
Would you care for a drink as well?
He sort of hisses for a second, looks over at Trodai's whiskey, sort of settles on the bar, his claws dig into the wood, and he goes, "Been meaning to ask, why do you sell tainted water to people?"
Oh, it's deliberately tainted. This is alcohol. It makes humans feel good, and I hear it does the same thing for many other species as well. Do your people not use alcohol? Fermented fruit?
Sort of shakes his head, goes, "Smells wrong."
Well, too much of it can be a bad thing, but a little bit at the right time, what can I say? We like it. And it's, it paid for the inn that you see around you.
I think he mutters something to himself about humans being weird. And he taps the bar with his claws in sort of a rhythmic tap tap tap. Goes, "Meat, just meat."
You got it. And so the waitress is going to wander off back into the back again. She comes out, and she's got a plate just piled high with little trimmings of pork and lamb, just sort of all mixed together. Nice and raw for you. Room temperature.
Yep. He's gonna start shoving that into his maw.
Cool.
Horrifyingly, anyone nearby is in danger of having their clothing very, very dirty.
Troll-Eyes probably is. He works as a hunter.
Would magic armor protect against that?
Yeah, you can say it would or wouldn't as you choose. This will be a role play thing.
It would.
So little bits and pieces of gore fly off of Slanix and hit Felix, but are just sort of reflected by this shimmering aura protection around him.
He might be a wild wolf, but he's not a wildling.
We got an interesting crew tonight. Yeah, you got a tiefling, a dwarf, sorcerer, dragon type, whatever the hell lizard boy is, and then the half orc. Should be interesting.
We're a joke waiting to happen.
Yeah.
A tiefling, a half-orc, a dwarf, and a lizard walk into a bar. And this is what happens.
Yep.
They sit down and eat quietly.
The end.
That's not a very funny joke.
Well, you're laughing, aren't you?
I am. So I guess it was a funny joke. Excuse me.
Usually it's the really bad jokes that are funny.
Yeah.
Troll-Eyes gonna ask Barth where can he find the Adventurers Guild.
They actually have one tour guide who used to come by, but hasn't been seen in a while since he almost got killed in an ambush quite a while ago. This was almost 2 weeks ago now, so he's probably better.
He's fine, just emotionally distressed.
Yep. So he'll give you directions if that's where you want to go.
Yeah, Troll-Eyes gonna find out what more about this bounty that's gone on with the caves.
Barth says that he actually can take care of that. Basically, the thing is that there are, these earthquakes have just opened up underground caverns all over the place. And what we do from a mechanical standpoint is that I put you all onto a new map, and you kind of just generate the terrain as you go, encountering various things. And at some point, one of the terrains that you will be placing down will have a passage underground in it. And that is how and where you discover your own cavern. There are a couple other caverns and things that have been pre-discovered if you want to go to. But lately the groups have been going out and just exploring the woods and finding their own way. And he says that, when a group comes back and they give him coordinates, he passes it on to the Adventurers Guild and gives everybody 50 gold pieces for their participation. And,
Nothing better than wandering around aimlessly.
Waiting for your next meal to kill.
Yeah.
Felix finishes.
Cool. So in terms of tonight's game, that's one of the possibilities. There is a cave of elementals that has been discovered that nobody's gone into. There's the cave where Courtney's other character died, that is underneath the farmhouse. There's the labyrinth is still out there, but it's pretty much been explored, and you're going to want to be a higher level to go down into that. And then there's the option to go out and find your own way around. I also have one thing that I've been wanting to try to do, which this group might be good for, might not, which is sort of a tower defense kind of thing. where there's a tower and various monsters will approach it, and you gotta kill them before they reach the top.
That actually sounds pretty intriguing.
It's a possibility. If the group wants to do that, I'm certainly open to it. And then I'm also open to suggestions for other things. Like if you want to go find like a goblin camp and raid it or something near, I would work something like that up for you.
How
So
do you come about with the idea of a tower defense?
I just saw a map that has like it's a tower in the middle and it's got like this path going all the way around it. And I thought, hey, I could do something with that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So y'all, talk amongst yourselves, figure out what you'd like to do, and I will do my best to accommodate.
Hmm.
I'm debating on between the tower defense or trying to hunt down that dragon.
Clonish will happily tell you that there's no goddamn dragon.
And Felix will happily throw his knife at this point. At the mention of dragons again.
Throwing his knife?
Yeah, the cutlery knife.
Oh, where are you throwing it?
It's times like these we need a scatter die.
We'll just roll 1d8.
Well, there are target boards at the bottom of the map.
Yeah, but it's more like a nervous reaction.
Oh, so like more of a drops it type of thing.
When you're holding somebody and holding something, and somebody walks up behind you with a shocker or something.
No, kind of fumbles.
Cool. So if you want to choose randomly, roll a d8, and then 1 will be like directly north of you, 3 will be east, 5 will be south, etc. There we go. So it looks like your knife has gone off to the east somewhere. And if you want to randomly choose a distance, you could roll a d6, and that'll be the number of squares that it goes. So just sort of right there. And Felix's knife sort of hits the ground, the clatter.
The biggest goddamn knife I've ever seen. It's like, oh god, that is not a knife. What did he use for cutlery in this place?
All the dead adventurers' swords.
Yeah.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
That's not a knife, that's a spoon.
No, it's a spork. Get it right. Ultimate utensil.
Yeah, Tlanish will happily explain that it may have looked like a dragon from a distance, but it was a stone chicken. And he offers no explanation what a stone chicken is. If you ask what a stone chicken is, he just looks at you like you're insane and goes, "A stone chicken."
A gargoyle?
I'm trying to identify that.
Yeah. So Chodai has rolled a knowledge nature. And you think she could be talking about a gargoyle. Or he.
Where did you come across this stone chicken?
In the woods. About a few miles that way. Killed it. Then the wolf woman threw its gland at the human man over there, and he points this way, and he's laughing throughout this entire explanation, so you might be missing words. He goes, funny stuff. I like the wolf woman. She is funny.
So that area could be. Did you find anything in that area?
Found goblins, killed them. Found stone chicken, killed that. Found lion woman, killed that. Found
Did you
very big frogs, did not kill that.
did did you find the stone chicken's nest?
No, was hole in tree. Found something shiny inside. Not much more.
Goggles don't have nests.
And he looks at you again like you're a little weird and goes, "Stone chicken. Have nest. Have eggs."
Bill's like, a cockatrice?
Yes, I think I've heard that word before. Maybe. Stone chicken.
Chicken. Yeah, whatever. It's dead. No point for me. Bill's stomach is just growling because last thing he had to eat was the guts of that one cockatrice he slayed a couple days ago. He prefers fresh food.
Very fresh.
Very fresh.
I'm just going to turn to Thalek and say, would you mind showing me where you killed this stone chicken?
Maybe can find. Maybe not. Maybe find another stone chicken. And he hops away from the bar and starts basically just heading out of the bar.
And Trodo just moved to follow.
Bill simply sighs at all the useless crap he's heard, pulls out a whetstone and just starts sharpening his sword as he leaves.
And Felix just says, I might go with them. He says to Barn follows.
Maybe find
As soon-
stone chicken. Maybe find
soon-
cave.
Maybe
Maybe find another stone. Maybe find another lion woman. Maybe find lion man that was with lion woman. Don't know.
As soon as Bill sees Felix come into his peripheral view, he laughs and goes, "Dragons." Just
I'm very
to mess with
sorry.
Felix.
I'm not carrying any utensils at this moment, so I can't throw a knife in your leg. He says with these dragon-like claws instead of hands.
But yeah,
Bill-
Planish is gonna try to lead them to the place where they killed the cockatrice last time, to that ruined tower and the little ruin next to it. He might not succeed, but he's gonna try.
Might not. All right. So, presumably, Slanish is not going to slow down for anything. He's just going to start heading out there, right?
Yep, if they slow down, he'll slow down to wait for them. Otherwise, he's just gonna try to find the spot.
Cool.
Goddamn these short legs!
I am going to ask Felix. I know you did some shopping ahead of time. Did you complete that? Was there anything else you wanted to buy?
I think I have everything I would need.
Cool. And just a quick shout out to the rest of the group that if anybody needs to hit a store on the way out, now's the time. Otherwise,
Yeah, Tlanish might buy a couple more potions of Cure Light. I mean, we don't have a healer as far as I know, so we might need those.
Cool. I do make everyone keep track of their own stuff. So potions of Cure Light Wounds. Each one heals 1d8 plus 1 hit points, and they are 50 gold pieces each. You're gonna buy
Sounds like something I maybe should have thought of.
Yep.
Is it holy water 50 or 100?
For Cure Light Wounds, it's definitely 50.
No, holy water.
Holy Water, I think, is actually even cheaper than that.
I think it's 20. For some reason, that's what's in my brain.
Let's see what the PRD has to say. Probably under equipment. Let's see what we can find. Water clock, water skin, holy water. 1 flask of holy water is 25 gold pieces.
I was close.
Close.
All right. I'll grab a couple of those.
Alrighty. Anything else? Now's the time.
Well, Felix might go buy some potions. One thing I haven't thought of.
Ah. Cool. In this town, anything up to about a level 3 is going to be available. Basically anything you can afford. You should have started out with 1,000 gold piece cash, minus whatever other stuff you bought. Easy for me to say.
Yeah.
How much does holy water deal?
I want to say a D6. Let's see.
D6, and doesn't it have a splash?
2D4.
It's 1 damage. It's 1 damage splash.
Yep. A direct hit by a flask of holy water deals 2d4 damage to an undead or evil outsider. Each such creature within 5 feet of the point where the flask hits takes 1 point of damage from the splash.
Okay. So 2d4 to undead on impact and 1 to...
1 splash.
Alright.
And it's better than acid because it's safe against your comrades when you inevitably roll a 1 on your ranged attack.
Yes, indeed. Unless, of course, your comrade is an undead or evil outsider.
Everyone stares at Yolenvale.
Yolenvale just sees everyone staring at him, and he knows it's not a good stare, so he just looks at them all and flips them all off. He doesn't like people. One of the reasons why his charisma is 7, I believe. And he has the drawback of where he's really narrow-minded. Just to add to his character.
Asshole plus plus.
Correct.
Nice.
What, out of character, asking completely out of character, what is he, class-wise?
Blood Rager.
So double the barbarian goodness. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we head out after finishing our shopping at the local temple.
Yep.
We take their little flyers, make little paper airplanes out of them, probably. I don't think anyone in this party is particularly religious.
Ooh, small inefficient flyers.
Yep. And you're going to head out to where Slanish thinks the previous adventure took place. And
Yep.
for that, Ezra, I'm going to need a survival check. I would also accept knowledge local, knowledge geography, or you could argue for something else.
I'm going to argue for the unusual skill that I'm going to roll, which is survival. I'm going to give you a survival.
Oh, okay.
I have a map and compass, so can I ask for a vague description of the area and give an aid bonus?
If you haven't been there,
As I've got an area map, so if Vanek can give a landmark, you can find that on the map and then use that to
A
navigate.
landmark would be a ruined circular tower next to a small ruined area that looked like maybe a town, a few loose buildings, stone.
I would accept that. If you want to assist her roll, make your roll
Then I will
first.
hold off.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I'll hold off because the assists always roll first.
Mm-hmm.
I get +1 for the area map and +2 for the compass.
Awesome.
Can Yolenvale help out as well, just by using a perception check to look for the landmarks?
Was
See if
he
that's
there the
wrong.
last time?
No, I don't think so.
I don't really
Yes, well.
know that perception alone would help.
No.
Could Felix help by standing as a table? Since he has about the right height, so they can put the map on top of his head.
Yes, indeed. You don't even have to roll for that. So Trudeye checks his maps, and believes that he's going to be able to help Slanish find this location. So,
Try and rolling natural 1. Here it comes.
not bad, not bad.
You're lying. It's a
Are you
natural
saying
1.
not? Are you saying not bad in her prediction, or not bad for the actual roll?
You will find out momentarily.
If it works, it was the dwarf table.
It was the dwarf table. All credit to the dwarf table. If it works. If it doesn't work, it was my fault.
Exactly.
Alright, give me a second here, because I'm going to grab your tokens. Copy. Move over here. Let's see, where do we want to be?
Where'd you get the color animal in sign? That's cool.
It is. I really like it. A player who may or may not wish to remain anonymous sent that to me.
Hi.
Azure made that and sent it to me. I really
Stop,
like it.
Azure.
I use my amazing Photoshop skills. They're not at all amazing, but it turned out all right.
It turned out really nice. Like I said, I like it.
And also, I was offended that he had like just the title in some font in these brown letters across the screen, and I was like, I can't look at that. You need something better.
Yeah, I thought for some reason I was thinking that was a snake. It's a newt.
Oh, the eye? It's an iguana.
No, the N. I just realised it
Oh,
has
yes,
three,
yes,
so
that's a
it's newt.
gecko.
It's a newt. It's an ape, a newt, an iguana, a mouse, another ape, and then a lamb. I think the letter is the first letter
Yep.
of the animal that it is. So the N must be a newt. It's really cool.
But we got better.
So Slanish leads your party out through the woods.
And you get
traipsing
lost
along.
within the first 5 minutes.
Yes, in random directions. Until you find yourself here.
This looks nothing like the place we were before.
You are absolutely correct. And something.
Did he somehow lead us back in time to dinosaur ages?
And Slanish, your sixth sense gives you the feeling that you're being watched. You believe that to get out of here, you're going to need to get off the map either to the north or to the west. So either way, you're going to have to cross this river. But you get the feeling that something somewhere is watching you. And so you're going to call the party to a halt, which is going to be their arrival on this map. And I'm going to give everybody one round in which to prepare in any way they feel necessary. So let's go and just player order here with Mike A or Trudeye as first up. What would you like to do, Trudeye?
I think I'm just going to have to do a flat perception. Get lay of the land.
Not bad. And you notice pairs of eyes peeking out of the bushes all over on the other side of this river.
Do I notice anything about the river itself?
The river itself is kind of gross. It's swampy water. It's very slow moving, if not downright stagnant. Uh, Trotting through it is going to be the equivalent of rough terrain, which means each square is going to count as 2. You don't believe it is too deep. You should be able to walk across it, even Felix. But it's murky enough that it could be incredibly deep in the middle. You know that you never can really tell.
Okay. So that's it for me then.
Well, that's just perception. You still get a standard action if you want.
I'll just move closer to the bank then.
Cool.
Didn't you see that, how far it was moved? Oh, yeah, that was 30 foot.
Cool. Next on my list is Yolenvale. A.K.A. Corby.
Hey, just a quick question. Would I be able to use a prehensile tail to, like, hold a weapon? The description says I can't wield a weapon with my tail, but I can grab small items
Mm-hmm.
as a swift action. Would I be able to just, like, carry whatever other weapon in it, but not swing it?
I would allow that because that's just a roleplay thing. You're not going to get any mechanical benefit out of it, but you're certainly welcome to carry whatever you want with your tail.
Right, because instead of like just sheathing a weapon or whatever, he'll just swap it out with his tail to the other one.
Because in my game, I've thrown away the need to ready your weapon ahead of time. You just automatically have whatever weapon you need in hand. You don't have to take a move action. Then yes,
unless it's like knocked out of your hand or you deliberately sheath it or something
right.
that stays otherwise.
Usually it does take at least a portion of a round to switch weapons. Since in my game you don't do that, then you're able to carry your weapon wherever you want, and if that's in your tail, that's fine.
Right, so he'll have his Roga in his hand and his Morningstar in his tail. And he's gonna look around to try and perceive why we stopped.
Yep.
Tailing star, real nice.
Well, presumably Trodai would have said something about having seen the eyes.
Yes.
Right.
So you do notice, little shifts and shuffling in the trees here, indicating that you're about to be ambushed. You do not notice anyone in particular.
He'll get in a defensive stance since he doesn't know exactly what he's fighting. He may be bloodthirsty and just absolutely crazy, but he's not retarded.
Cool. So if you want to go into a full defensive and make that your entire turn, I like to use the pink dot for that.
Okay.
Also, you might move yourself into an actual square as opposed to standing in the middle of the like. I don't follow rules. I'm chaotic. Fuck you.
Actually, he is chaotic neutral, so
there you go. Fuck your rules, huh?
Right in the cross section.
All right. That's fine for now. Felix, you are up next. The party is just kind of triggered as if something bad's about to happen. What were you going to do?
Well, been told about the small shuffles and stuff over there.
Mm-hmm.
Felix is gonna use his incredible experience in forests and top of mountains and take cover behind a tree.
All right. So basically, any of this foliage is going to be acceptable cover. That'll be just fine right there.
And as you saw earlier, I was doing some measurements.
Yes.
Because my glob of acid, funnily enough, has 100-foot radius.
Oh, really?
Range, I should hope, not radius.
Oh, it's a giant blob of acid.
It's a really big blob of acid.
100
Everyone is
100
postulating.
grams of acid. That must be a lot of LSD.
It's like thousands of gallons of it.
Ah, sorry. No, it doesn't have that range.
That would definitely make for an interesting game.
Yeah.
That is exactly what is happening. We've been, breathing it on our way here, and
Can
we're
just
actually at the tower, but we're hallucinating, dinosaurs.
well, you
And,
have to do something on the top of mountains. Might as well do acid.
The murky, stagnant water is really just trails of blood.
Yeah.
I got smarter. It doesn't have that range.
Yeah, that seems a little high. I think it's probably like 30 feet, right?
20 plus 5 per level.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Felix has moved over. He's taken cover behind this tree. Did you want to ready to cast a spell or something?
Yeah. If anything gets in range, something is gonna get the acid splash in the face.
Cool. So for a readied action like that, I like to use a red dot. Do you know how to put that on? Just click your token. There you go. And then you click the little circle in a circle underneath it. It comes up all these token icons that you can pick. And red dot for readied action. And last in my list is Azure. Slanish, what are you going to be doing?
Tell me about trees, Fnord.
Well, trees are an ancient form of life. They're one of the 5 basic kingdoms of life. Known for having hard cell walls, they grow in the ground. And
I did not expect this. I did not. I regret my decision immediately.
As far as the
Can you
trees
tell me
on the
about
map,
specific trees?
they are what they look like. I will accept arguments for or against different types of trees within reason. I mean, you can't tell me like that this here is like a full-grown oak tree or something. But if you want to say this tree here gives me enough cover to hide in, this tree is low enough that I can fire over it, stuff like that, yeah, that'll be fine. Just
So
use
this
common
is
I'd like
sense.
to clamber up a tree, is what I'd like to do.
This one is small enough for me to fire over it.
Yeah, so this one.
Midget tree.
That looks like a stump to me. So
Yeah,
It's not a stump. You can see the shadow of the tree itself. It's a really tall tree. It's taller than every single one on the map.
right. So
No,
that
this
would
one.
be the closest climbable tree. I'm seeing some shadow down here, so you might argue there's one there, one here, and one over here, maybe.
It may look like a stump, but if you picture it like this, it's the foliage is see-through, so you can see what's underneath it.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'll clamber up this tree happily.
Groovy. Let me get a climb check from you.
I take 10. I have a climb speed
Excellent.
for a result of 22.
Cool. So you're going to get about 22 feet up into this tree. Up hidden amongst the branches, or at least so you hope.
Yep. And I'm going to just sort of cling there, claws in the bark, and see what our friends on the other side are.
Cool.
Oh, wait, I lied to you. I do not take a penalty to this. Yeah, it's 12. There we go. Yeah, so 22. Definitely.
Okay, for your climb. And then I wanted a perception from you, I guess.
Yeah, I'll peer out and see what I can see from the tree. I'm a poet and I didn't know it.
You are able to see this. Just a second.
Just spitting those rhymes.
I engage whatever it is in a rap battle.
And win.
That would be interesting. A lizard man who can't really talk winning a rap battle.
Haven't you seen a rap battle between a normal rapper and a guy who's doing sign language.
No, I don't really care for rap.
Oh, what would a lizard man call kobolds?
Snacks.
Beyond, just shit stains.
Midday snacks.
You might just call them kobolds. They might actually know what a kobold is. They do share a language.
It's possible.
Don't they share Draconic as a language?
Yep, they do. They are from similar families. They're both reptiles.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna hiss and call down that there's some, and he's going to make like this racial slur in Draconic, and then he's going to sort of, sigh, give a hissing sigh as not everyone understands. It goes kobolds.
We never, Nord, you never went over the
everybody
language
can't.
script.
You're right, I didn't, and I was just about to, unless you would rather do so.
Pretty much all you do is in the text box. First, underneath, it'll have as, and then like your Roll20 name, or your character name, if you already did it. You click on that, and then you'll have a choice. Click on your character name, and then you'll be speaking as your character. If you, in the text box, you put in exclamation mark and type in the name of the language you want to speak in, then hit a space, and then you type in whatever you want to say, and it'll come out in that language.
And then this is an API that it goes through and it checks the character sheet. And if your character sheet has that language on it, you'll get the translated version, translated into English. If not, you're going to get gibberish, like this, whatever this is here. Because you at home don't speak Draconic.
I do.
If you do, then you should have gotten a translated version. Should have been whispered to you. Did that not come through right?
It did come true, right?
Cool. There you go then.
What did Trodai speak in?
Oh, orc?
Oh, that's why. No, we were going on about Draconic.
Yep.
So that's why I was a little confused.
So,
Yes, I was just demonstrating that because you can speak Draconic, you would have seen it just fine.
Ah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's language. Very helpful. So Slanish has just said down in Draconic something, hoping that at least one of you speaks it. And that is going to take us into turn order now that some enemies have been spotted. So I'd like everyone to click on your token and then roll initiative. This is the button up top called INIT for initiative.
Am I going to be stuck with mixed rolls?
What do you mean mixed rolls?
Someone needs to be Nick, okay?
Oh, Nick rolls.
And Nick is not here, so
Yeah. So somebody's going to get stuck with all his natural ones.
Well, our hope is that Nord will be playing the role of Nick tonight, but
There we go. Everybody's in the turn order now, and I'm going to sort it out to descending. And it looks like Trodai has the fastest reflexes. He is able to react first in this combat. So Trodai, round one, what would you like to do?
I take it if we're behind a tree, we won't be able to shoot out. I'd have to move out to fire.
You can kind of lean around it.
Okay, so we move behind this It's probably big enough to cover me, I guess.
I'll say you have partial cover there, yes.
And oh, shoot my longbow at Cobalt 1.
All right.
Damn.
Cobalt 1 also has partial cover, but your attack went wide anyway. So that is a miss. You have moved, you have attacked, your turn is done. Cobalt 3's turn. Cobalt 3 has a spear. He believes himself to be hidden, doesn't realize that you have spotted him, and he's going to move sneakily. You can move 30 feet, because those are because while sneaking you move at half speed, so 15 feet equals 30. Then he's going to move another 15 and believe himself to be hidden here. And I'm going to use this here because he believes himself to be hidden. When it comes time to spot him, we'll make the rolls needed. Cobalt 1 just felt an arrow go past him, or her as the case may be, and is going to turn and fire at Trodai. So Trodai, with partial cover, you get a 20% chance of being missed. So if you'd like to roll a D100, aim high. If you get a 76 or higher, it hits the tree or the bushes instead of you, which it did. So Cobalt 1 fires and hits a cover, does not hit Trodai, making it Bandit 1's turn. Bandit 1 is going to scream out, "They're on to us! Fire!" And is going to launch an arrow. Let's see. Trodai is going to be the only target it sees right now. So Trodai, give me another D100 for your cover. Now it looks like you've been spotted and he might hit you. We are looking at a range of 90 feet. The bandit has a short bow. Does he have a long bow? He does not have a short bow. So he's going to be taking a -2 to hit on this. Firing at you. 19 minus 2 is a 17. Is still higher than your armor class. Fortunately, it was just a grazing blow, and you only take 1 point of piercing damage.
Glazing blow, delicious.
Yeah. You find yourself covered in a sweet, sugary frosting.
We need to find some donuts now.
Yeah.
That better be on the loot list.
Yeah. Pre-eaten donuts from the wolf.
Pre-eaten, only slightly pre-eaten. It's like a Craigslist ad.
Oh man, ew. The used donut section. Slanesh, you're up.
Oh my god, you pronounced it correctly. Congratulations.
Oh.
Well done.
Purely by accident, I assure you.
I'm going to clamber down this tree, head first, as lizards do, and hop into this bush.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to poke my head and the tip of my arrow from the bush and see if I can give this kobold a tickle or a glazing or maybe a used.
Alrighty. So he likewise has cover. I'm going to roll a D100. I'm going to roll a 25 or lower. 93. No, he does not get the benefit of cover, so you might hit him or her.
I'm certainly going to try to hit. Goodbye.
Well, with a natural 20, that's certainly going to be the case. 85-foot range. Do you have range on your weapon?
110.
Beautiful. So that is a natural 20, which is not just to hit, but an automatic crit. And you get the bonus of the critical hit table. So if you got your buttons set up, you're at the bottom of the screen.
Goodbye, kobold.
With the critical hit button. Leg shot, add 1d4, and you're going to move.
Do I have to? He just took 33 damage.
Well, you've hurt his leg on top of that. Let's see, I've got a boot here. So
You've blown
there's
his leg
that.
clean off.
It's like,
So, yep,
goodbye, Cobalt.
11 points of damage tripled. 33 plus 1 is 34. And he is now at negative 24 hit points. And quite extremely dead.
Just completely explodes into red mist.
Yes. That was your turn. Let's see, the wolf's turn.
I feel like if anything gets overkilled that badly, it just turns into red mist.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see, the
Sadly,
wolf.
all the loot goes with it.
It's like, how do you decapitate something in the same shot and also hurt its leg? Because that's what happened. The arrow hits a tree and then it sort of ping pongs back and forth through him several times.
No. You hit the leg bone so hard that a shot of it just goes through the cobalt and out through the
I
brain.
like that.
So this wolf comes tearing out of these bushes at top speed, reaches here, and is actually going to make an acrobatics attempt to jump across this water. So give me a second to pull up his acrobatics ability, which is not great. And he is going to make 20 feet of this jump, which is going to take him to right here. And he lands in the water with a splash, but there's like this log right there, so he kind of lands on the log. It looks like he's in a pretty good position to make a leap next round. That's as far as he can go. It is Felix's turn. Now, Felix, you've had a ready to action, so you could have taken a shot at any point now.
No, he is not in range.
Okay. So now that it is your turn, you are going to remove that red dot unless you want to stay ready for your turn this round.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna change what spell I have readied. Can I do that?
Yes, you
I'm not sure
certainly
I can.
can. You're going to drop the old one and re-ready with a new one.
Yeah.
What's the new spell?
Burning Hands.
Ah. Also looking for somebody to come within about 30 feet of you?
15.
15 feet? Alrighty. I will try to remember that.
I can just see this going horribly wrong.
Please don't set the jungle on fire. Thank you.
2. Cobalt
Well-
2 is dead. He doesn't get a turn. Yolenvale is up.
What to do?
I will try to aim the cone away from you. It's just such a brilliant fuck you spell.
Also, I forget how far he can move. Crap! Can't find out where the movement is.
Movement's on the attacks.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You could always try to throw the ready dwarf over the wolf. And then just use it
Pick
there.
up Felix, hurl him at the wolf.
And halfway
Just
through, your ready action goes off.
Just
Hopefully aim downward so he gets a bit of boost.
And then he just lands in the mucky water head first.
just runs past him, grabbing his hand to lob him across. Actually, that does sound like fun. And it does seem like something Yolenvale would do simply because he doesn't like people.
But I'm not a person. I'm not a human.
He doesn't like.
He doesn't
People in
discriminate. He discriminates indiscriminately.
Yeah, he's a racist against all races. So, yeah. He is going to run over here, and I would need to make a strength check, huh?
For what?
grabbing Felix and lobbing him across.
In my game, if you do something against another player, the other player determines the result of this. So if you
Right.
try to make an attack against the other player determines that you either missed or you hit or he says you have
Right.
to roll or whatever. So
So did
basically, Felix,
get
do you
grabbed
want to
or no?
allow this?
Do you say anything before you do it?
He's like, I don't like you. I'm gonna chuck you across.
Well, better throw me over the wolf then.
He's just gonna lob you, kind of like in a slingshot fashion. As he's running past you, he like reaches behind you as behind him as he's running to grab Felix, and just like uses the momentum to launch him.
Felix, you're allowing this?
Well, does my weight have anything to do with this?
Oh yeah. How much do you weigh?
Well, before I bought all this stuff we might not need, I was around 200 pounds.
So we'll say about 250 then?
Around that, yeah.
Yolan Vale, give me a strength check. 21. So you are able to lift Felix up and fling him. Let me get a D2 plus 1. So you're going to get 2 or 3 squares of throwing out of this. 2 squares. So he runs by, picks Felix up, and flings him to probably about here.
And it's within range.
All right. So as Felix is going through midair, he's going to launch off his burning hands.
Like a freaking ballerina.
Yes. If the ballerina had almost a complete lack of grace. So Felix, your burning hands spell is going to go off. Give me a second to pull that up. Spell index. B, burning, blasphemy, blood, burrow, burst. Burning hands. There we go. Cone-shaped burst. Any creature in the area of the flames takes a D4 of fire damage per caster level. So that's just going to be one straight up D4. And then it's going to make a saving throw, a reflex save to take half damage. So let's see if it can dodge. Reflex of 13. Caster level is 1. Level 1 spell. I think he only needs a 12 to get past that. Let's look at your sheet here.
Usually it's like a 14 or so because of their intelligence or wisdom modifiers.
Yeah, in his case, it's charisma.
Charisma.
Yeah, let's see. Caster level 1. So go back to your spells tab. Yep, and this is a first level spell, so he needs a saving throw of 13. And that is exactly what he got. So he is going to take half damage from this.
And does the log get set on fire?
The log is saturated. It's not going anywhere. So he is going to take 2 points of damage, the wolf does. And he is going to be on fire, which is good for you, somewhat less good for him. Let's see, where's a good fire token? Now let's go for this. And he's going to be, as long as he is on fire, he's going to be taking a potential D6 every round. Felix, you've just used your ready action, so ready dot comes off. And I would like you to make some kind of check to see how you land in the water. I would accept acrobatics. I would accept a simple reflex save. I would let you argue for something else.
Will you give me some sort of benefit for my very small and inefficient wings?
I'll give you a +1.
I'm not sure I'm gonna go with. Give me a second.
Oh my god, I'm getting the mental image of a really, really fat chicken just going.
I have some skill in flying.
Do you have at least one rank of fly?
I actually do.
You do.
Yeah.
You're not really supposed to take that unless you have the ability to fly.
I gained one from Draconic.
Oh, cool. So it's not like a rank you trained in, it's a rank that you just get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would accept fly. I would accept that, yeah. You're not actually going to be flying, but it's going to help you steer your fall. This is going to be basically making the difference between you landing in the muck on your feet and you landing in the muck on your face. And with a 17, you land on your feet. And just splooch down, muck and water and brackish, grimy stuff goes in all directions.
And somehow Felix is still clean.
Yes.
And the Russian judge still gives you 1. Son of a.
And that was Yellenvale moved and made a standard action of throwing Felix. That is his turn. Taking us to Trodai.
Right. How... Trodai is gonna... That's 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
What would I have to use to get across this
A
lake?
jump.
I can't wade across it.
You can wade across. Each square is going to count as 2 squares. That's if you're just trudging across. If you want to try to jump part of that way, you can make a acrobatics check, and you'll get 1 foot per die roll of your acrobatics. So if you roll
I don't have acrobatics as a class skill, and it's currently at -1 because of my armor. So I'm just gonna wade across.
you can still get 19 feet of the way across. So your movement is probably 30. No, 20.
20. Yep. So
you've taken 10. You take another 5-foot step. Doubled is another 10, gives you 20. And then if you wanted to move 10 more feet after that, you could do so as a double move.
So we've done 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's...
You move up to 15 feet into the water.
So, yep. And then onto the bank.
Nope. No, what you did, you moved from here, that's 10 feet.
Yeah.
And then in there, that's another 10 feet for 20. And then from there to there is actually another 10 feet for another
20. 20 and then 30.
No, you can move to one of these 2 squares.
Okay, I'll move there.
Just because the way Pathfinder measures diagonal is weird.
Okay, so it's not 5 feet, it's 10 feet.
Right. So it's diagonals are the first is 5, then it's 10, then it's 5, then it's 10.
Yeah, it's called a 1-2-1 system.
Yeah. It's a little weird, but it works.
Okay.
So ultimately, that's about where you should be. That is your full turn.
It's a system that makes diagonals not always worth more for crossing distance than just moving in the cardinal directions.
So otherwise, you can just move diagonal all the time and squeeze some extra room out of there. Let's see. GM stuff happens. Kobold 1. Kobold 1 sitting here with a arrow ready that he's going to shoot at Trodai. Short bow versus Trodai, no penalties. 18 is a hit for 2 points. And the Kobold is going to attempt to slip into hiding again. Which there. Bandit 1 is going to fire at you. Does he have a penalty? He does not. So short bow versus Trodai. 12 is not a hit. And he too is going to try to slip into hiding. Slonish, you're up.
I am going to... Do I still have a bead on these two?
You would need to make a perception check versus either or both of them.
I will make a perception check
Call
against
one
both of them.
first.
Bandit.
Bandit 1. Your perception, it's stealth. You do not see Bandit number 1.
Okay, Kobold.
It's stealth. Amazingly, you do not see the Kobold either.
Okay, and the third Kobold, whom we lost track somewhere in
Yes.
this direction.
I know where he is.
Well, I'm going to look in that direction and see if I know where he is.
Alrighty. You do not.
Okay, in that case, I am going to shuffle to these bushes
All
just
right.
to have a better bead, and then I'm going to shoot this wolf because he is the only target that I can see.
You got it.
That
I'm
wolf.
going to
I think the wolf have had better days.
apply arrows to wolf.
22 is definitely going to be a hit. 8 points of damage.
Arrow successfully applied to wolf.
Wolf
End
damage
turn.
taken. I closed the turn order. Let me open it back up here. It is the wolf's turn. The wolf is currently on fire. Felix, if you would like to roll a d6, please.
Oh my goodness.
That wolf is on fire.
It's going to take 5 hit points of damage from the fire. And then it's going to...
The wolf's tougher than the kobolds.
Yeah, the wolf is going to deliberately... No, you know what? The wolf is in mid-charge. It is going to leap at Felix while on fire. It is going to need to make an acrobatics to get there. I can't just say he automatically does it. He might roll a natural 1. He didn't. He got a 20, which means he's able to make that leap just fine. Lands here close enough to Felix, and he is going to make a bite attempt. And misses terribly.
He bites his tongue off and bleeds to death.
Yeah, possibly. Felix, you should have a CM button down there. Stands for Critical Miss Table. Since this went against you, I will allow you to roll that if you like to. So he did, in fact, bite his tongue for 1 hit point, and you get to taunt him in a manner of your choosing. Very good.
Do you point the finger as well?
Point a clawed finger at it.
Very nice. That was its turn. Making it your turn, Felix.
Well, now we have the claws out.
10 is not a hit. Would you like to make a move action?
Hmm.
Now, unfortunately, Normally, you could take a 5-foot step without penalty, but in harsh terrain, you are not able to do that. So basically, any move you were to make would give him an attack of opportunity.
That will allow him to attack.
Yes.
Do you not have 2 claws? You could instead do a full attack and attack with your other claw. Assuming your hand is free.
Well, I don't have anything in the other claw.
You can make 2 claw attacks. That makes
Claws
that
usually come in pairs.
Yep.
Let's see. These claws are treated as natural weapons, allowing you to make 2 claw attacks as a full action attack. Yep.
You could say they are the hand. And it's the same.
Same thing. That is also a miss, unfortunately. Now the only thing you can do is a 5-foot step, which you cannot do, so your turn is over. And it is Yolenvale's turn.
Yolenvale sees the wolf and instantly wants to slay it. So, he's gonna charge here, which is 10 feet, and do a sword attack at it.
Is that a charge attack?
Yes.
Charge gives you +2 to hit? Or am I thinking of...
Yeah. Yeah, it's 2 to hit, minus 2 to AC.
Cool.
Till next turn.
So your attack is actually a 15, which means it does hit. You do 5 points of slash damage.
And as a swift action, I'll ignite my sword to deal an extra 1d something fire damage.
Cool. From now on, make sure you say that before you attack.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's alright. Go ahead and roll it.
Yeah, it's 1d6.
Another 5 points of fire damage. He's already on fire, so you can't make him more on fire. But if he wasn't, he would be now.
Yeah, when in doubt, apply more fire.
Yes,
Burn it
indeed.
with great fire.
It is my turn because GM stuff happens now. Specifically, this is going to happen. Let's see. Another bandit is going to pop out of the woods up here. Older guy with a crossbow. And where'd he go? There he is. 1, 2, and 3.
Bro!
There we go. These lizard men rise up out of the water and work their way into the initiative order. For reasons, they didn't get an attack on Trodai, mostly because they didn't exist then. But from now on, they are now officially in the order, and Trodai, you're up first.
Right.
Hang on, those lizard men, their initiative is not correct. Let's see. Give me just a second here. Oh, no, it is. Never mind. My bad.
They have no agility bonus.
Yep.
Interesting.
So, Trodai.
I am just going to... Well, first of all, I'm just going to do a flat perception test to see if I can see if there's any more lizard men hiding beneath the water.
Well, this is murky-ass water, so you really can't tell. You don't see any obvious signs of any, but you know that it's certainly possible.
Okay, and as my main action, I'm just going to power attack this lizard man.
All right. 23
Bye-bye.
is a hit.
And that's also a crit, or potentially a
A
crit.
potential crit, so you're going to roll that same attack again. If that's a hit, it confirms.
I'll just do my basic flourishing attack.
That is a hit. So this confirms you did 10 points slashing damage, doubled is 20.
Actually, it's 11 because I get +1 for bloodthirsty, and that is also included in the multiplier. So it's 22 damage.
All right, 22 points. Oops. This lizard man never had a chance.
Didn't even give the lizard a time to warm up in the sun.
Nope. That leaves you a move if you need it.
I'll then move on to the bank,
Cool.
which I could be with. So let me sort of, that would be
That would be
10 feet.
10 feet. And you
Then
got
I'll
10
move
more.
5 and 10, and I'll then just hide in the bushes.
Cool. You can actually try to hide.
Yes, can I make the argument to use my survival skill as a hunter?
No, it's still stealth.
Okay.
And that's one of those things that I think the books are pretty clear about.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense, but so go ahead and give me a stealth.
Hmm.
And then I like to use this little ninja-looking thing to indicate that you're hiding.
Oh, I need to slip my toe open. Keep getting that.
Cool. You believe yourself to be completely and totally hidden.
What's the wrong one?
Yep, there you go. Kobold 1's turn. Kobold 1 believes himself to be hidden. Is going to make a perception check to see if it sees where Trodai went. Where's his perception? There it is. And amazingly enough, does not. So he's going to choose a different target. He's going to, let's see, who's next closest? 85 or 85. All three of them. So he's going to see Yolen and Felix fighting this wolf. Yeah, let's go with that. Do Felix on a 1 and Yolen on a 2. Yolen is its target. You're well out of range, 90 feet, so he's going to take a -2 to hit. He's no longer hiding. Oops. Oh, come on, computer. No longer hiding. Short bow, -2. Total of -6 because he's firing into melee versus Yolen. And a 3 does not hit. Kobold 3's turn. He is hiding on the GM layer, and he's going to come out of hiding. You hear some rustling in the bushes, and he is going to pop up right here. He's got a javelin in hand, which he is going to chuck at Yolen. Yolen, one javelin, and he's just out of range, isn't he? Yep, -2. Total of -6 to hit. 10 is not going to be a hit. Bandit 1 is going to shuffle forward, come out of hiding, and fire. Well, let's see if you can see Trodai first. Perception. He does. He has been spotted. So Trodai, let's see if he sees. No, Tianix has not hidden, so everybody's visible. We'll go in a 4 with Trodai as a 1 and Felix as a 4. 3, Yolan, you're his target. What did you do to piss these guys off, my friend?
Well, apparently his sound went off, so he went to reboot, and they're pissy over that or something.
Must be.
No, come back!
That is a hit, not a crit. Yolan's going to take 4 points. I'll do it for him. 4 points of damage. That was the bandit. And Slanish, you're up.
These lizardmen. They are of a different tribe, aren't they?
Almost certainly, but if, I guess if you wanted to have a relation with them,
They seem a swimmy type.
they are.
Then they're not the same tribe. Then they can go die.
In a fire?
I am a climby type. They are a swimmy type.
Gotcha.
Lizards come in 2 flavors. One flavor is the swampy flavor, and the other is the not swampy flavor. I am the not swampy flavor. Let's take out this freaking bandit. These range guys are putting arrows in us, and I do not appreciate that.
Nope. And there are also like desert lizards and mountain lizards and all kinds of other lizards, but
yes. Yeah, Planish is a mountain lizard.
Gotcha. The new bandit 2, he's going to be. I
am undecided. I'm going to. Let's go for bandit 2. He's further away from Trodai, so.
I just realized I forgot to roll his initiative.
I imagine the Trodai will want to put swords and things over there.
Yeah.
And I need to not steal all of his targets, just a few. So let's go for bandit 2.
My attack's not actually calculating damage correctly, but it's a moot point. It's not including my strength modifier.
Let me take a look.
Do you two sorcerer folks need help? Shall I wander over? I probably
No, sorry. It's including the strength modifier. It's not including the damage for power attack.
Oh, no, you have to do those manually.
Okay.
No, you could put it in as damage mods.
I have put it in damage mod, unless I just...
So I'm reading a +6 total. Is that not correct?
It is now +6.
Okay, gotcha.
It was +3 earlier.
Yeah. Getting these set up right does take some fiddling. So that is a fire of an 18 versus Bandit 2's armor class, which is less than 18, so that is a hit for 12 points on Bandit 2.
Yep. Let me see
if big chunk of his health. And were you intending to move?
I'm thinking about it. I'm pondering.
Well, these Magi folk could need help.
Yeah, let me see.
Now I know what I should have bought in the shop.
What's that?
Paper mache to make some better armor.
Some what?
Paper armor.
Oh.
All right.
Paper and glue.
All right, I'm going to move to this position and use it as a running start to try and leap here.
Oh, all right. I'll accept that.
Trundle, trundle, trundle. Hop. Come on, sheet. Open up. Come on, baby. Come on, you got it. There we go. It is being slow as hell tonight.
Yep. Welcome to Weekend Roll20.
Oh, come now. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. A whole 10.
10 is actually all you need to jump 10 feet.
I sploosh.
Phrasing. Wolf number 1's turn. Wolf number 1 is going to take a moment to try to sploosh itself into the water.
Oh, sorry. I was too fast.
That's all right. With the reflex of 8, that's not going to do it, so it is going to burn for another 1 point. And then it is going to choose one of the 3 targets around it randomly. 1d3. Slonish being a 1, Yellen being the 3. It's going to flip around.
Nobody sees me as a threat. That's the reason.
Yeah. Well, you're all threats. And it is going to bite Slonish. And at 24 is a hit for 14 points.
Yep, that is definitely a hit. Ouch.
Ouch indeed. And then it is going to get a free attempt to trip you. Oops, that was the wrong button. That's the one I need. And that's a failure.
That's a critical failure.
It is. I don't think most of the critical miss table is set up for this. So I'm just going to call it a simple miss.
It's fair. It is a free thing that,
Yeah.
I think even on
2.
multi-attacks, you only do it on the first attack, don't you?
Yeah. Bandit 2 has a full... Well, no. He might not see Trodi. Where's his perception? Does not see Trodi, so he has a total of 3. Slonish on a 1. Yellen on a 3. Slonish is his target. Be within range. 80 feet, I believe that's a crossbow. Where is it? 80 feet. 15 does not hit. He is going to move forward 5, 15, 20 feet right to there. And it is Felix's turn.
Well, we all knew this would happen at some point. Magic missile.
Magic missile. 1 shot at the wolf, presumably.
Target up to 5 creatures.
If you have 5 missiles, you only get 1 missile at this level.
Okay.
You get 2 at level 3,
that was...
you get 3 at level 5, and so on. Up to 5. And, unfortunately, if you try to make an attack here, the wolf is going to take a attack of opportunity against you. Because you're trying to cast in melee.
Well, then I'm just gonna hit it.
That also works. It might be smart to spend your turn making a withdrawal and get back onto dry land.
Yeah, it would. Would the wolf get an attack of opportunity if I start to move now?
If you do anything other than a full withdrawal, yes, it would.
And how far is a full withdrawal?
Your standard movement, so it's going to be 10 to get out, and then another 10 would put you there.
Basically, the benefit of withdraw is you don't pull attacks of opportunity, but you also don't get to do anything else but move.
Right.
If you do move, head into cover.
I can't reach cover. Bloody legs is too short.
You can actually make a double move and do the full withdraw, so 10 feet, 15, 20 feet, and then another 20 feet, however you want it to do.
Well,
that makes sense?
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna withdraw to here.
Got it. Lizard Man 3 is this guy up here, and he has a scimitar in his hand, so he's going to take a 5-foot swim, and then his move, I believe, is 30. Yep, so he gets on land for his move, and then for his standard action, he's going to take another move, 30 feet, so he's going to go 5, 15, 20, 25, and 30 feet will bring him right there. Lizard Man 1 is dead. Yellenvale, are you back with us? Cordy, can you hear us, Cordy? The whole internet crashed for you. Damn computers. I think he's coming back. He's trying to. He says he's back. Cordy, if you can hear me, it's your turn.
Alright, there we go.
There he is.
Internet had crashed.
It's a good day for it.
Yup. Alright, so what exactly did I miss?
Trodi killed this lizard man and then went into hiding.
Alright,
Slanish got shot. The wolf got hurt. Felix
Okay.
is on the ground.
alright, so let's see here.
Get in flank with me and help me kill this wolf.
Sure, why not? And just to make sure it's dead, blood rage with fire.
Ooh. This wolf's going to be triple fire.
Burn.
Well, then we have to go to a disco afterwards.
Smite the ever-living shit out of that wolf.
Alright, so I'm reading a 19, which is a hit, and 5 points of damage, plus
6. An extra 4, so 9 damage. Oh wait, I forgot to add on my whatchamacallit, my
blood rage.
correct. So that would be an extra 4 points of strength, so an additional 2 damage.
Alright, so that 19 plus flanking is actually a 21. Definitely a hit. 5 points of regular damage, 2 points of blood rage damage, 4 points of fire damage. That's 11 points of damage altogether.
And I have blood rage set as a buff, so it automatically adds buffs and debuffs.
Oh, so the blood rage is already worked in there?
No, I just added it, so.
Okay. So 11 points.
Mhm.
Got it. And that is your turn. Lizard Man 2 is armed with a spear. Not a spear with reach, though. At least I think that's a spear. No, he's
Looks
got
like
a
a trident.
Yes. Let's see. There you go. Little trident there. So he is going to take a 5-foot swim. Then he's going to get onto his feet and use his trident against a Slanish on a 1. Yep. Spear, trident. There it is. Slanish target 16 does not hit. And it is Trodi's turn.
Okay. So I'm going to move out of the trees up to this cobalt. So I guess that means I'm no longer stealth.
Yep. And I assume you must have moved around this way somehow. Otherwise, you're going to take a... Well, no, you're not going to take an attack of opportunity because he's got a ranged weapon.
Yep.
So, yeah, you can just walk right past him, get behind him. Her.
It.
You know what? I'll risk it again. Another power attack. Ouch!
Wow.
Crit.
Impressive. Yeah, you can always tell
So-
when Nick's not here. Sorry. So that's 10 points plus 1.
Well, 22 damage
Uh-huh.
plus what I roll on the critical hit.
Nice. So he does indeed lose his attack ability, as well as all of his other abilities, taking a total of 24 points of damage, putting him at negative 14 and very dead.
Yeah, that's actually calculated things correctly this time.
Cool. Next up is Kobold 1, who just lost his shot. Kobold 3 has a javelin. Already threw one, has some left, is going to throw another one at Slanish, and misses. Oh, and he's no longer hiding. That shouldn't be there. Then he's going to trudge into the water 10, 20, 30 feet. Bandit 1 has a plethora of targets. Felix being a 4. 1d4. Felix, you have partial cover where you are. So if you would like to roll a d100, a 76 or higher means he hits the tree and not you. So he has the potential to hit you. Short bow. It's out of range. Pretty sure it is. So -2 to hit. Short bow versus Felix. Well, that's about the worst he could do. Felix, if you'd like to hit the critical miss table. Wow. Fumbles always affect the bad guys. So roll me 2d6, please.
2d6, you say?
Nice.
6 points of damage immediately.
Oh dear God. Well,
And he is bleeding. He's going to keep bleeding for 6 rounds. Or 5
which
rounds.
freaking vein did he nick?
In a fight.
His arm. He's firing the longbow.
Obviously,
Action
he
save.
tripped, fell, arrow went, his bow ended up hitting him while the arrow went off and went through his neck. Obviously,
He's cut his wrist on his bowstring.
I slowly see why people stopped attacking me.
Tlanish, you're up.
I don't think I'm going to reach him to kill him.
I am going to flip the F out.
I am happy there's a tree between us.
And just roar absolute outrage at this wolf, and then begin my murder spree upon the wolf.
All right.
And if I should indetonate the wolf in my murder spree, I will begin to indetonate the lizard man instead.
All right.
So let's begin with the big one and apply helmet straight to wolf. So that's a +4, so 17.
17 is a hit.
2 for flanking, 2 for rage, so 8 damage.
+2 for when raging. Yep. 8 damage coming off. He is still standing.
Claw number 1. Apply claw to face.
That is a hit for
10 points of damage.
And that's going to take him down.
I turn to the lizard man and apply claw 2 to lizard man's face. Claw number 2, apply to face.
That is a miss.
That is not. He ducks.
Yep. No, he lizards.
And in my rage, I attempt to bite him.
Oh.
Also in the face.
You did. You bit his face. He tastes like foreigner.
Ew. So yeah, 9 points of damage there.
Yep. And that is your turn.
that is indeed my turn.
Wolf 1 is dead. Bandit 2 is freaked out by that, so he's going to shoot at you. That is probably a miss. Yep, that's a miss.
Yep.
Felix, your turn.
Well, a ray of frost against Lizardman 3.
All right. Do you care if you accidentally hit one of your allies?
Lizardman 3?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was thinking 2. You're right. There's man 3. So Ray of Frost is going to be a ranged touch attack. You have a button up top just called ranged. Use that.
Yeah.
That is not going to hit him. That is also a potential critical miss. Although critical misses always happen to the bad guys, players have a chance. So fortitude, reflex, or will. I think it's probably a reflex. Make a reflex save. You'll see a button up top just called saves.
Saves.
There you go, and a reflex save of 20. So your spell fires. If it were a spell that you had numbers of, you would have lost it, but it went wide, it went wrong. Did not affect anybody. You fumbled it. You have a move if you would like.
Well, I can't outrun him. But I can do something different. Something smart. Something evil. Yes, he says while he's stroking his beard. Basically, walk down here.
Alrighty.
How to change what direction I'm facing?
When you click on your guy, you'll see a little blue square kind of off on the distance all by itself. You grab
Like
that
so?
and you can like drag it and rotate. There you go.
I might need to get told how to use the. It doesn't matter. Just gonna say to him in Draconic, then come at me.
Alright. And it happens to be Lizardman 3's turn. And he has 30 feet of movement, which he is going to use. Taking 25 of it there. And he's going to roar out at you.
Would you say that's a rush?
No, he's just moving. He doesn't see you as being any particularly huge threat. And he cries out in Draconic something along the lines of hideous pink mutant, and is going to attack you with his scimitar. And a swing and an 8 is not a hit. Yolenvale, you are up.
So,
Why are you
Continue.
sleeping?
Huh?
What's that 2 on there for? Oh, is that your rage?
Yeah, that's how many turns he'll be fatigued
Gotcha.
after exiting.
But he's not fatigued now?
No, that's after I end it.
Cool.
I can end it as a swift action too, so
I see what you're doing.
if I want to, I could have it as I can use as a temporary buff for a turn.
Gotcha. So it's your turn.
Right. And he's going to swing at Lizard Band 2. And this does include the Blood Rage buff.
Alright. So I'm reading that's a 12 to hit and 9 damage. Does that look right?
That is correct.
That is a miss.
Alright.
Did you want to move or anything?
Yeah, that's muck, so.
Yeah, you can't do a 5-foot step, but you could, move if you wanted.
Yeah,
You'll get
I'm gonna end the Blood Rage.
Okay. So you're now officially fatigued.
Yep.
Lizard Man's 2's turn. And
And it's considered a swift action, so I can still move.
okay.
And I'll move here, out of the muck.
Cool. That is further than a 5-foot step.
And I will take a AOO.
Cool. So 1 trident coming at you as an attack of opportunity. 17 I'm reading is a hit. For 6 points of damage.
Yep. Nice.
And then his turn, he's gonna... He would have attacked you if you'd stayed there, but you didn't, so he's going after Slonish. And Slonish, a 12 is not going to hit you, is it?
No.
Trodi, you're up.
Right. I'm gonna ask, how does charge work exactly?
For charge, you have to have a straight line, unbroken by any kind of cover or anything. So first
So I
off,
can't.
nope, you'd have to go through these bushes and stuff. And although they're not enough for rough terrain, I'm going to say they are going to slow you down enough that you can't make a charge.
Because it says I've got the rule book. It says I must move 10 feet first, then they move double my movement speed directly towards the target. So can I move out of the bushes I'm in? Then charge
Yeah.
at 1.
Well, again, you're going to be moving back into the bushes. That's the real thing. So basically, you have to move at least 10 feet to do a charge. And then anything beyond that. If you were to move... No, not going to happen. Sorry.
Okay, well, irregardless, Trodi's basically had 2 bloodlusted kills. He's given in to his orc nature that he suppresses. So I'm just going to not charge, but I'm just going to move directly towards Bandit 1 irregardless.
All right.
So that's just going to be actually, can I do 30 foot, 5-foot step, then attack?
No.
Mm.
The 5-foot step is the only move you make during that turn.
Okay, so
So it looks like it's going to be a double move.
Yep.
You might consider... Yeah, well, you'd have to come around him.
No, basically, I can see him, so I'm just going to charge directly at him.
You got it.
So
Double move makes it your turn. Kobold 3 is here. Kobold 3. This is not a 5-foot step. This is a full 10-foot step. So Slonish, you get a attack of opportunity.
I do not. I do not have a reach weapon. I am fair and just.
Uh-huh.
Well, if he moves like that, then I do.
Correction, he's actually moving here.
I still do not. He's not moving from a threatened square.
Alrighty. So he's going to move here, so he does get his flanking bonus. And he's got his short spear with him, which he's going to stab you with. +2 to hit on this. 20? 20
Is
does
a hit.
not. I'm reading you as a 21.
Rage.
Very good. I appreciate your honesty. Take 1 point of damage. Bandit 1.
Actually, before you do this, forgot to ask, basically, as I'm charged towards it, can I make an intimidation?
I'm sorry, it is no longer your turn.
Okay.
I like the idea. I would allow it, but it's not your turn, so I'm going to have to say no on that.
Okay.
So its turn. First off, he is going to take a d6 of bleeding damage. I'll just roll that myself. D6. I should have made somebody else roll that, so -6 points there. And,
Well, he took 6 last time, so...
And he is now going to keep bleeding. He's going to make a full withdrawal.
Oh God, help me! What is this? As he bleeds like a geyser
Yeah.
shooting from his neck.
And it looks like he's going to make it off the map. So, I don't know, maybe you can follow his blood later, but for now, he's running away. Slenish, you're up.
You're getting it! I'm so proud of you, Fnord. I'm going to freak the fuck out on these two guys that are trying to flank me.
Cool.
Starting with the lizard man. Begin the gore. Nope.
End the gore.
End the gore.
One complete lack of gore. Roll me that critical hit or critical miss first, and then let's see what your reflex. Forces you to stumble, 50% chance of falling. Probably a reflex.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, reflex. No. Roll me a D100. A 51 or higher means you did not stumble. You did not stumble.
After all that, it's just a wash.
Yep. But it costs you your entire round.
Yep.
Bandit 2 has a bow, is going to fire at Trodai. Has a crossbow, rather. 1 crossbow, and 9 is not going to do it. He's going to rapid reload, and he's going to move back 5, 15, 20 feet. Felix, it is your turn.
Well, I can't outrun it. I can't make space for throwing magic. So we go ham on it.
Well, you can, in this case, because you're on dry ground, you can take a 5-foot step back as your entire move, which means that he does not get an attack against you in that case, and then you can attack him.
Yeah, but it's the question about doing damage at the moment.
Yeah.
So 2 claw attacks would be better than 1 ray of frost.
This could be true. That first one's not doing any good. Neither is the second. You can still take that 5-foot step, although it's going to be less useful to you now.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand here. And stare at him.
3. He stands there staring back at you with little eyes just blinking in both little directions. A little unnerving to you if you're not used to it. And he has a scimitar. What else does he have? Does he have any other abilities? I don't think I've put anything fun on him. Nope. So he's just going to attack you. Straight out, little hissing noise, making fun of your heritage somehow. And 1 scimitar attack. 11 is not a hit.
No.
And he is going to circle around you a little bit. He's going to take a 5-foot step. And you'll unveil. It's your turn.
Does Yoanvale see Felix and the lizard man messing around?
Almost certainly.
Can Yoanvale yell at the top of his lungs even though he's fatigued?
Yeah.
I'm going to make a bluff check and scream at the top of his lungs, "Dragon."
In Draconic?
In Draconic.
Alrighty. Presumably you're going to be like pointing in some direction, like there's a dragon coming from over there or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gotcha. 1 bluff check.
Random direction. Did you get that?
I got 2 of them. Did you not get a whisper?
I didn't get anything.
You probably need to change your player name on your character sheet to Court Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And I got it. And do y'all remember the TV show Malcolm in the Middle?
I do.
You remember
Yes.
Stevie, the little guy in the wheelchair that
Mhm.
talked like this?
Yep.
And that's what Yolenville does.
All right.
Dragon, he says, and nobody buys it for a second.
Ah.
Yolenville, that's 1 round of fatigue down.
All right.
You do still have a move if you want it.
All right. He's gonna move into bushes.
Cool. Is that going to be a try to
Actually,
hide?
not. Actually, not. He's gonna go after the lizard man down by Felix.
All right. You got
Yeah.
it. Lizard Man 2's turn. Lizard Man 2 is going to attack Lizard Boy with his trident. +2 for flanking is a 21, which is a hit.
Yep.
5 points of damage. He's happy where he is. He's going to stay there. It is Trodai's turn.
Okay. Well, Trodai's now officially snapped out of his rage.
Is he fatigued?
No, he's like I said, it's just his blood was up and he was just gave into his orc nature. So I'm just going to do a flat longbow attack on Bandit 2.
All right. 21 is a hit. And that is just 2 points. Looks like that only happens on crits. So 2
Yes.
points.
It will even crits and ranged attacks, or even add some to range attacks. So
Cool. That was not a crit though, so he's taking 2 points. He's still fine, or badly wounded, but that didn't kill him. Kobold 3 is down here in the water with Slanish. Gonna make a stabby stab with a spear. 6 isn't gonna cut it. Bandit 1 ran away. Slanish, you're up.
Apply horns to lizard face again. This time
Alright.
the correct lizard face, not mine, his.
I now suddenly know the name of the first bandit.
Horns successfully applied, 11 damage.
11 points. That was to Lizard Man.
Yep.
And
I turn around.
he drops.
I whip around, sending a spray of stagnant water with my tail, and bear down on this poor, unfortunate kobold with claws and teeth.
Claws is a 15.
17.
17's a hit for 8.
10.
10 points of damage. Kobold is still standing.
I continue to swing. 16.
16 is a hit for 7 points.
7 damage.
And that takes him down.
I snap at the air as he falls into the water.
Just got to get that bite attack in.
Yep.
Bandit 2.
And then I'm going to drop the rage.
Oh, alrighty. Bandit 2's turn. Bandit 2 is gonna run the nope out of here as well.
So we have 2 Sir Robins.
Yep.
well, one Bandit one's pretty much bleeding out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna make a mark on him. I'm gonna take the first D6 somebody rolls.
Everybody's afraid to
1.
roll.
Just 1. 0. And then he is not here. Let's see. 3. It's 3. It should be 2. Felix, it is your turn.
Well, now I'm standing with the battle behind me, so I'm gonna slash with claws of might.
All right.
Wait. I'm gonna slide 5 feet.
There you go. +2 to hit. 18
20.
plus 2 is 20 is a hit. 5 points damage off your first claw.
6
6 points.
is frost, cold damage, so
Just 1 point, or
1 point for my draconic nature.
gotcha. So when you're done with this, go back into your claws, and then there will be a notes section. Just put in +1 point of damage from cold or whatever.
Yeah. And second attack, 12.
12 is not a hit. So the first one was good. That was an attack and a move. Your turn is up. The Lizard Man 3's turn.
He bleeds.
He bleeds, but he's going to put his trident away, and he is going to make a bite attack against Felix. 15 is a hit, -2.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Correction, that -2 is not there yet. There's something I'm still trying to figure out. So a 15 is a hit. Felix, you're going to take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And now the claws.
Yep. Now the claws come out. These are both going against Yola. Claw 1 is a miss. Claw 2 is a miss.
I really should just armor up and only focus on claws.
Yola, you're up.
Okay. So
Yola?
you can't hear me?
I do hear you now.
Ah, alright. Yeah, can he swing his sword and then bite, or no?
No.
Alright. He'll just. Can he grab the Morning Star out of his tail and do a double attack with one sword, one Morning Star at a penalty?
I'm sorry?
Can I do a full round attack, once with his sword, once with the Morning Star?
If you pull them out as 2 weapons, you can. You're going to take a -6 to hit. I think it's a -6 for both. Is that right,
No,
Azura?
I think it's a -10 on the offhand because it's a normal weapon.
It's terrible. It's -6, -10 if neither is light, then it's reduced if it's light.
Yeah.
No, then he'll quickly swap out his sword for Morning Star and two-hand it. Does that change any of the damage or no?
A 2-handed Morning Star? I don't think so, because they're not designed to be wielded that way.
Nah, he'll just swing the Morning Star then.
Yeah.
Click and drag to roll the dice. I got a weird pop-up when I went to use the Morning Star. It said click and drag to roll dice.
Weird. I'm trying the Morning Star here. I don't see that. I can't imagine why would you click and drag to roll dice?
I don't know.
Was it in that weird pink color they use?
No. It was just like in a very faint gray blue, almost like Mike's color.
Huh.
And like everything faded out a little bit, like when you go to show everyone a character.
That is weird. I have absolutely no idea what could have caused that.
Virtual dice?
I'm gonna swing it.
Maybe.
I'm gonna try again, see if that happens again.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it didn't happen this time.
Oh.
Why couldn't that have been my initial roll?
Don't know, but unfortunately 12 plus 2 for flanking minus fatigue, you did not hit.
Right.
Actually, sorry, the rulebook does say if a one-handed weapon is wielded with two hands during melee combat, you can add 1.5 times the character's strength.
Cool. Thank you.
So,
Learn something new every day. Usually learn
that's only
several
for
things.
strength, though. That's only for the damage, huh?
Right.
It's only for damage, yes, but
Right.
you do get benefits for swinging with two hands.
Coolness. I did not know that. Moot point, though, because you missed Lizard Man
Yep.
2. Lizard Man 2 is dead in the water. Literally. Trodai, you're up.
Still, rid bug happening.
Okay. Tordai's going to move. Hang on. That was 10 feet. He's going to move 25 feet to the bank. I think then I've got a clear line of sight. Yep. This is the only target available. No.
Longbow of an 11 is not a hit. Kobold 3. Kobold 3 is also dead. Slanish, you're up.
I'm going to huff and puff and blow the house down. I'm going to very slowly, extremely slowly, move towards this lizard. Oh, I could actually get there. That's interesting. 10, and then not be going. Yeah, maybe not. I'm going to pick up this asshole's trident.
Ah.
And then I'm going to sort of slosh this way. That's actually 25. 30. And then I'm going to hurl said trident at this guy.
Ah.
At a lot of minuses, but hey.
Cool. You can use just the melee button if you or the ranged button if you like.
Yeah. If you don't risk, you don't win.
Yep.
Isn't that right? And I whiff it.
That's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Bandit 2 has officially escaped. Felix, it is your turn.
Oh,
22's a hit. So 6 points of damage.
and the other claw.
15, 17. That's a hit. Another 6
Finally.
points. Yet the lizard man is still standing, and it is his turn. The lizard man is going to freak out and try to run away, not making any defensive actions of any sort. So, Yolan, if you would like to make a attack of opportunity. QWERTY. We lose QWERTY again.
Was muted.
Ah.
Gonna two-hand Morning Star and try and smash his skull in.
You got it.
And let's see. Morning Star. Wizard Man.
That is a hit. Well,
And
no, fatigue. No, that's a hit.
that would add 1 extra point.
Well, it doesn't matter.
All right.
Because two-handing it.
Total of -5. And the lizard man goes down. I actually have to move him over here for just a moment so I can do that. And then put him back. There we go. And that is everybody. So we're going to clear the turn order. I'd like to ask everyone to not move or anything yet because I'm going to shut this down. We missed the 1 hour mark by an hour and 40 minutes. We are now at the 2 hour and 40 minute mark. So we're going to take a break of at least 5 minutes. And when we come back, we'll be back to episode 26.2 of The Color Animal Inn. See y'all then.
So, yep.
Yeah, I think we overshot the hour mark by a little bit.
A little bit.
Nah, I'm sure no one will complain.